So we're here at the local Wendy's of Rockport. And what did we get?
I got myself a Frosty and a Coke.
I got the pretzel bacon pub burger combo with a vanilla Frosty.
Delicious, right?
Instead of the standard fountain drink, and some fries.
Oh, I got a mile away, didn't I?
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Thank you.
Mom gets a mile away, doesn't Mom?
Oh, we're having a pretty good time.
Yes, we are having a good time, aren't we, bud?
Yep.
We are having a good time, sir. Yep, pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're right across the street.
Did you need a drink tray?
No, that's okay.
Thank you.
That's your food right today? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I got the smaller one.
Okay.
Hey, it smells pretty delicious.
Yep.
It smells pretty good.
Yes, it does. I love you, Mom.
Love you too, buddy.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Hey, Ty, can you hold it for Mom for a second?
Sure. I hope you don't mind if I at some point ask for a sip or two.
Well, Tyler, I have a very slightly sore throat, so it might not be a good idea right now.
Oh, okay.
My throat was just feeling a little wanky,
That's understandable.
so I just want to be careful. I don't want you to get sick. That would suck. Hey, did you get us any utensils for your Frosty? Hope so. Up there in your bag.
Yeah.
Or else you'll be out of luck. You'll be like, oh no. Hard to eat a Frosty with no spoon.
Well, you just use your mouth and hands, though that's not as sanitary as using a spoon or fork.
I suppose that's true, Tyler. Wow, it might be kind of difficult getting out of this spot. That's what I'm thinking. Put your food inside this bag.
Okay.
I'm just checking to make sure nothing spills out of here. Yeah, here's your passport. Here's your phone screen. Toilet paper, sure.
I love you, son. Love our chats, our talks, our calls, and times we laugh out loud.
Yep.
Love to hear your latest news. You always make me proud. Love to be your biggest fan. Amazed by all you do. Love a day to celebrate the love I have for you. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you so much. Love, Mom. Aw. Where do we put the card?
We'll probably can put it right. Excuse me. I probably don't want the envelope. I'll put it in one of here. I don't know if I can reach. Do you want to have your card in your dorm, or do you want me to take it home?
Take it home, please.
Okay, you can do that, honey. Oh. Do you need a hand? Hurt yourself. Here, Tyler.
I got it.
Help you? Okay. It might open a little bit easier on the other side. Just a thought. Tyler, honey, bunch you might want to...
I got it. I'm opening it.
Okay. So we'll do it your nail.
Okay, I'll be careful not to.
You know what? That's a good way to do it. Ooh, there's a card.
Pretty sure that's a box of chocolate.
You might be surprised. You might be very surprised. Oh, your card is here too.
A card?
Of course.
Thanks for getting me 2 cards.
You're welcome. I'll make sure I save that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll just lay it.
Okay.
I'll lay it right. I'll lay it. I'll just put it.
Just to try and show what chocolates are inside.
I think you might be surprised.
Oh, what the? Black pepper beef strips? You got me pretty good there.
I think they fell out, but we'll put them here. What you got? Root beer habanero. What else did you get?
Beef strips.
Honey bourbon. Sesame ginger. Classic beef strips. Root beer beef strips. Ghost pepper beef strips. Let's see. Garlic beef strips. Habanero beef strips. Is there one more? There's one more. Whiskey maple beef strips and black pepper beef strips. And it says, surprise! It's meat!
That's a surprise, all right.
What do you think about that? Maybe I'll take a picture of your beef. You got some beef.
April Fool's isn't for another 2 months.
April Fool's Day. It's beef. Nothing wrong with some beef.
Nothing wrong at all.
Surprise, it's meat, Tyler.
Nice.
I figured you might want something like beef
Yeah.
for your Valentine's Day. You got a big beef heart, right?
Yeah.
That works. There. Do you want me to put the lid back on it for you?
Yes, please, if that's okay with you.
Surprise, it's meat. A big heart full of meat. Get rid of your box if you want.
Sure. When did you first hear of man crates?
I don't know, a while ago, I guess. About a year or so ago.
Huh.
So you got a big heart of that. So now you got that. Now we'll see if we can fix your phone. What do you think?
Okay.
Garbage in here.
So I recall waking up at around, my best guess, maybe around 7 in the morning. At around 11, after spending some time playing the game Incursion 2, the artifact, on Congregate, following a successful attempt to get Flash contact to work, specifically on the Firefox browser, by using Flashpoint. And the game works perfectly well. I'm just hoping that the API for that game still works, because I don't know what'll happen if I have to submit a missing badge report. I'm not too sure how reliable those reports are these days. I still haven't gotten my missing medium badge for Escape birthday, you are able to produce such beautiful items in your city. Can you please provide some of those for us to admire? I was ultimately able to build the Thrones of the High Men, Ancient Wonder. And to that end, I got a exclusive avatar that I changed to. I may have woken up earlier than 7 because I do remember firing up Incursion 2, catching up on my dinner uploads. Through making U-cut projects, and then to prevent those projects from stalling due to phone inactivity, playing a game of Bloons Tower Defense 6, Magic Rankings Only, a branch of the hard difficulty. On whatever beginner map they set the bonus rewards to. Even so, it's still pretty tedious to go for those higher level Instamonkey boxes once you get to that point. Here's my current dwarven settlement, my current main hall, and my current rest of the city. The fairies chapter is kind of exciting to me because that's where I'm going to be getting the mercenary camp, which for me will eventually mean being able to train Valorian guards and remnant frogs. At times I was considering skipping going to Harrison for dinner today because Mom took me to Wendy's at around somewhere between 3 and 4 p.m. I got a lunch that I later considered to be too large. At Harrison at 11. Because that's when Harrison opens for lunch. There's only breakfast at Brockway. It's around 7:30 p.m. right now, I would say. The fries are so-so, but the pretzel bacon pub burger is still pretty good. I decided to save them because, well, I had the big lunch right before my national security class, which prior to it, I felt exhausted. But then, as I got into the swing of it, I was able to take some pretty good notes. Copying down what appeared on the PowerPoint slides. The notes I took on that particular day start at making coercion work. And when I got the lunch, I then made a stop at the Nest, which is located within the Harrison building. And bought 2 Rockstar Thermo energy drinks. After doing that, I have a current balance of $420 in dining points. I got 2 of the tropical fire flavor because that was all I could carry using one hand. The other hand had that green bass bag that I used to transport meals like that from Harrison in. This dinner trip, I think it's a combination of wearing a mask and the cold temperatures, but my glasses fog up when I go out, and at night, the lights end up looking kind of like snowflakes when I gaze into them. I'm still able to navigate well, but I did have fears as I was walking into the building that I would sort of be broadsided. That's the thought I had in my head at the time, just recently pretty much, by the chain link fence. That I would fail to notice it and I've either bumped into the fence or sort of get spooked by it, which happened to me once not too long ago. I find that I like to drink milk from Harrison Dining Hall, the 2% milk, as well as the Rockstar Thermo energy drinks that I get at the Nest. If I recall correctly, at 8 in the morning, I had a mixed fruit breakfast bar. And I had finished my VHL Central assignment for my Spanish class. By the time I went out to get lunch, if I had to be more exact, to give a more exact time, I'd say I finished it around 10:20 in the morning. And I'm working on the 99th Dan Hamming. I'm currently in the process of establishing the scene involving Ginger and Ken. In that first early morning period, the first few hours of the day, I got a reply to a comment on my Rough Ruffman gameplay of, I think it's the game Disco Fever. I ended up engaging in a somewhat long, a good string of replies between me and the person who made a reply. And that brief conversation involved memories of the Rough Ruffman game Geyser Surpriser and that funny video game cruelty potential moment of intentionally melting Rough Ruffman's fudgesicles I think they're called, to make them say stuff like my ice cream and whatnot. I found that to be funny. Not too long ago, after my national security class, during which we talked about essentially what determines whether or not coercion in a national security context will be successful. Excuse me. Things like credibility, reputation, as well as taking actions that either increase the risk of a military conflict or that make it more costly for you to back down. That sort of thing. The former are called escalation actions, the latter tying hands actions. And the class started with ways to try to circumvent the threat of deterrence. Salami slicing and whatnot. The others, the names of which are harder to remember, but the general idea is still there. And for all these examples, historical examples, all these concepts, historical examples were given. And as for right now, in regards to the 99th Dan Hamming, I'm just debating over whether to add more pictures of Kate to the scene and trying to decide if soundproof closed glass windows is muffled, it's just quieter, or if it's also muffled. I did some basic audio editing and have Audacity at standby if I decide that muffling is indeed something I should do for realism's sake. Although the current scene I'm working on requires for Ginger and Kent to be woken up. And I may ultimately decide to achieve that through a gush impact if I deem that the sound Kate makes isn't loud enough. Now this burger tastes pretty good. And for the first time in a while, I felt pretty good playing Iron Rage briefly today. I was welcomed back with open arms after losing my login and password about at least a fortnight ago. Fighting again and getting back on the scene. Makes me feel pretty good. I'm all clogged up. I've invested all the necessary knowledge points, but I don't have the necessary granite or copper for activating these technologies, so excuse me. For the time being, it's going to be investing the knowledge points into ancient wonders. Though if you click on those buildings, the usernames of other players will appear alongside yours, so it's a practice of mine to avoid doing that if possible. As a way to respect privacy rights. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Today's daily exclusive is the Dawn of Spring Shrine. Okay. 20% chance. Oddly enough, I got a portal profit. 15%. This one has a slightly higher chance. I got a light range battalion. When I picked up dinner today, I got a topped brownie from the dessert bar, but for the same reason I didn't eat the desserts I got for lunch, I decided to save those for later. Possibly as a sort of midnight snack, so to speak. Though I'm more likely to instead indulge in a bottle of water. Or maybe even save some of this for later. It's a possibility. Another light range battalion? Okay.